Okay, so I just got back from my 13's tournament, and there was a few key takeaways I wanted to share with you. It seemed like during the tournament, different parts of our team would be, or different parts of our game would be firing at different times. So in a couple of the games, our block and defense would be absolutely on fire, and we'd be getting a bunch of touches on the ball. Everybody's diving around, doing as best as they can on defense. And then other games, our serving and passing would be on point, and we wouldn't be missing serves, or if we do, we were missing long, deep out the back line of the court, and our passing was keeping us in system the whole time. But for some reason, we were playing kind of up and down, where we would play really good in the beginning or really bad in the beginning, and then rally in the middle, and then we were playing like a roller coaster. So one of our notes to the team was how we need to even out and find a way, however we can, to play more consistently. And if our block and defense is on fire, we have to figure out a way to keep our serve in the court, because every time that we get a huge point from siding out after a rally and we go back and miss a serve, it's like we're shooting ourselves in the foot, and it's just impossible to gain momentum like that. And same thing the other way. Like when we would be serving really well and passing really well, and we don't dive for a ball, or we don't or if we pull on a block when we're not supposed to and we get blown up, these little things are like taking our momentum and putting it in a blender and blending it up and then throwing it in the garbage can. Like, it's just an absolute killer of momentum. So that was one of my biggest takeaways. From this weekend, is that we need to figure out a way to play more consistently. We did fine, but we need to be able to fire on all cylinders. And that comes down a little bit to knowing your role and knowing where we're at in the game, having a little bit of volleyball IQ to know that, okay, my teammate just got a sweet stuff block, our team is psyched, I probably shouldn't. Well, I know nobody misses a serve on purpose, but sometimes you can put a little more emphasis on, I have to make this serve. Maybe it's 5% less powerful, maybe it's a tiny bit higher over the net just to make sure I make the first one, or keeping the momentum after the other team calls a timeout, or if we call a timeout. Missing the first serve out of a timeout drives me insane, because if the other team called it, they completed their goal and they get a little coach's point, and that pisses me off. But if we call a timeout and then we go back and miss a serve, it feels like either they're so locked in on the thing that I told them to try to do once we get back on the court, or they're so distracted they weren't even listening and they go back and miss a serve and kill all of our momentum even further. Because I mostly only call a timeout if we're in a rut, or if we need it, or mostly if we're in a rut and we need a little bit of a talking to. So consistency, knowing what's going on the court, having a little bit of volley IQ and awareness of how we should be playing in specific moments. If you can start to get those things down as early as possible, but wherever you're at in your game, that's going to help a lot. So I'm going to my 13th practice, which is actually tomorrow for me, but I'm making the car talk the day before. I'm going to my girls' tryouts right now. So for me, it'll be tomorrow for my 13th practice, but for you, it'll be in about 1 second. So this is the cutest.
All right, working on a little serve and pass, servers versus passers style, where if they miss like that, I put in a ball. We're just trying to get our hitters to get our feet to the ball and get our arms out like we're going to catch it, like that. Pass that ball up nice and high. Just like that. That was perfect. Good. That one, we want to see him back up, use his hands to chuck that thing all the way to the roof. Oh! Good angle. Go for it. Great serve. Oh my goodness, great pass. Everybody wants the good ball. Check out what Coach Teagan made them. It's for their rotations. Pretty funny. Okay, we got Coach in here playing a little 6-on-6. Both coaches in. Working on the flow of the game. Trying to figure it out. Not really concerned about if they go up and 10-foot a ball right now. I just want to see them go to the right spots because we're learning a new rotation right now at 5-1. I just want them to do it right. You got it. Set that angle. Set that angle and just wait for it. We don't want to be moving when we're passing. Here we go. We got it. You got that. Good. Now hit. Now hit. Oh, almost. Almost. You got the next one. 2 in a row, Benson. Oh, over. What are we going to do? Touch. Free ball. Free ball again. Oh, my goodness. Free ball again. Oh. 4 touches, I guess. Got them in the right rotations. Let's see if they can play a ball out here. Touch. Whoa. We're going to want to better the ball there. Better the ball. Yep. Good touch. Good swing. Free ball.
He must be so bad, dude.
What's up?
Paparazzi must be so bad out there.
Unreal. Can't be stopped. Well, let's play this out. Oh my goodness. All right. I think that's enough of that. Let's get in the car.
All right, so that was a new setting for our 13s. We haven't practiced there before, and they had a little bit of trouble getting the nets up because they couldn't find the guy with the key to the what are they called? Poles. They couldn't find the guy with the keys to the poles, so we were sitting there with no net for like the first 20 minutes of practice. And if you're 12 and 13 years old, that's pretty boring for you to sit and talk about rotations and just pass back and forth with your partner. So after we got over that little hump weirdness, when we actually got into practice, we did good. We did a lot more serving and passing today, just to start off with, because we're really trying to focus that in for our tournament coming up this weekend. And if we can't serve and we can't pass, we're not going to beat anybody. But we got a chance to try a different rotation. We're going to run 5-1 now because our starting setter, or one of our starting setters, hurt his ankle in our last tournament, and it turns out it's pretty bad. So he's not going to be playing in this upcoming tournament. So we had to learn a 5-1 in a new gym under weird circumstances. So today was kind of an interesting practice. So after we got down all that business stuff, we decided to let them play a little bit and got both the coaches in the game. One of our, like, the most experienced coaches was playing with them, and Coach Teagan was also playing with them, and so it's pretty fun for them because it raises the level, just like when any other coaches hop in with our 18s, it raises the level instantly. So that's pretty fun for them to do, getting to play with people who are good. But that's it for 13's. I'm going home. It's late. We got one more day of practice before we head down to our tournament, and we know the teams that we're going to play, and hopefully we can go knock them out because we know exactly who they are, and some of them we've beaten before. So we got one more practice to learn this 5-1. Hopefully we get into our flow